All right, welcome back to Inhabit Mars channel. Hope everybody's doing good today. Today, we're going to take a look at a Gigapan. It's actually a Gigamacro done by Joe White over at ArtAlienTV. And this was actually done by a few people, Neville Thompson being one. I think Neil Spence may have done one on this particular sol. This is Perseverance Sol 395. And if you can see over here to the right of me, it looks like some structures or something in there. We're going to take a look at that, and then towards the end, of course, we'll show you what we believe they are. We'll look in the model and see what we've got. So hang in there. We will get into this in just about a minute. All right, so I hope you guys are doing great. Everything's been kind of a little hectic here. We finally got my older daughter in school, registered for school. We got all the paperwork and everything done finally. She's only 48 days late, but she's catching up. She spent all week catching up, so we're happy about that. All right, so this particular Gigapan is by Joe White over at ArtAlienTV, and we're going to use his. His is pretty, well, of course, all of theirs are decent, but he's actually got this in two different filters. One has more contrast. I think this one was the original one, and when you look at this Gigamacro, this is almost in the middle, just slightly to the right. If you look at the little balloons that he has on here, it's the one on the right. Now there's a whole lot of stuff in this Gigamacro, and if you just zoom into anywhere in here, the particular one we're going to look at is right in here. All right, but there's stuff everywhere, and I'm going to use this one up here because it's a little bit more contrasty. I think he said he added 15% contrast. Let me see. Yeah, 15% contrast and lightened it a little bit. And then I'm going to show you what I did to it just to bring out some more detail. Because as you can see, even with 15% contrast, it's pretty light in the background. You can't hardly see anything there. And I think that's kind of the point. They don't want you to see some of the stuff in the background either. But we went ahead and for the section that we're going to look at, we went ahead and cleaned it up and brought out as much as we could in here. All right, so this is thanks to Joe White over at ArtAlienTV, and he does a really good job. I follow his channel pretty well, and then I also have his Mars Magazine page on Facebook. So this is what we're going to look at right here. So let's take a look. Helps if I get the right one up. Okay, so this is the first image I did. And this is cleaning it up a little bit here, just so we could bring this out. And what I did was I bumped up the contrast, bumped up the sharpness just a little bit, took the radius of the sharpness down a little bit, lightened the darker tones just a little bit because these black areas were getting a little bit dark, and I still wanted to kind of see in there to see what we could see. But you can tell this does not look like a regular hill. I don't know what these shapes are, whether it's all one structure or this is multiple structures. I'm not sure. I've got another image here. Now, what I did on this second image, and I'm going to show you what I did here. Oh, what's my computer act up? There we go. All right, I got it. Okay, so now what I did was I actually separated the background. And you can see my little division line here. It's pretty decent, but this is the midground area. This is foreground. Now, I didn't separate the foreground out because when I went to bring up the contrast a little more and sharpness and adjust the levels and anything I could think of to bring this stuff out. Because if you look back at this, well, even if you look at the original, let me see. No, that's not going to work. Okay, that's what I'm trying to bring up. You can't see hardly anything in this background. And I mean, I spent a good bit of time trying to clean up the background. I don't want to go back too far. But so one thing about Gigamacros, they zoom out quickly. But yeah, you can see it's hard to tell in here what's going on. So like I said, I brought up the contrast a good bit and brought all this out of the background. You can see what looks like structures or some very oddly shaped rocks. Let's see. Just strange shapes all in this background. I wish we could get more detail. And I did try to, like I said, I separated. I did try to bring up the sharpness a little bit more in here to see if we could figure anything out in here. I just took a good bit of image cleanup to get this result. And maybe somebody who's better at it could probably get better results. But then the foreground stuff started coming out when I started working on the foreground, because I separated background and you had the middle ground and the foreground. When I started working on the middle ground and foreground areas, a lot more stuff came out to here. And one thing I wanted to point out, and I meant to bring this up, was there's a lot of these shapes. Of course, I won't find it when I need it. Here it is. This is like that one. I think it was, the video was called, I think it was in the video Egg Found on Mars. This is the one I did. If you look it up under my channel and look Egg Found on Mars, this looked like a, I don't know, like a toilet or something in there. Porta potty? I don't know. It's what it looked like. I'm not saying that's what it is. But it's hollow in the middle. Got this round hollow part. And I saw it on this image. I'm like, whoa, okay. And then I noticed there's actually several of these shapes here. Like, if this was a structure or these were structures around here and something got decimated here in the front, that, you know, I don't know what these things would be, what part of the structure they would be, but they have this shape kind of like the toilet bowl. I mean, you know, without the very bottom part of the toilet bowl. But that's what it kind of looks like, as a toilet bowl. And I'm not saying that's what it is. It could be a sink, could be nothing. This could be weird rocks that have holes in them. We don't know. So this is what we're going to focus on this. And I did model this. And there's stuff over here. Can I get it over far enough? Okay, yeah. This piece right here, I'm going to show you what we think that looks like. This thing looks like an upside down boat, but it's got a hole in it, you know, but a flat bottom boat. There's no V-hole shape to it or anything like that, you know. All right, so let's get into our model. So I'm going to bring up Blender. And, oh, by the way, I got to say a big thank you to my wife. She actually, why is that not changing? She actually purchased the monitors for me for my computer. So now I'm working with 3 monitors here, 2 32-inch monitors and my regular 20, whatever that is, 21-inch or whatever. Okay, why is it? Okay, there it goes. I don't know what I was doing. All right, so here we are in Blender. Making sure we're still in Blender over there. Okay, and so let's start here with the main structure. And like I say, this is an artist interpretation. Not that I'm an artist, but, you know. This is my interpretation of what this stuff looks like. And once again, we're not telling you what it is. Let me get rid of that. There we go. Or just what it looks like to us. And, you know, I spent a good bit of time modeling this, having my wife check some stuff and see if that's what it looked like. And she said, yeah, that seems to be kind of what it looks like. I'm like, okay. Now, I want to point out something. I don't know if this is a car or not, and I'm not saying it is. Couple of things. I don't know how far this is from the rover. You know, it could be deceiving. Like, this doesn't look very far, but if you look really close, you can see this goes down into a valley, so we don't know the distance. This structure may only be a couple of feet high. It might be 20, 30 feet high. Might be 50. I don't know. So size, I have no idea. But this shape right here kind of looks like a car. And that's kind of what I modeled it at. Although I did put my little quick rock texture on it. And then this seems to have 3 layers. There's this bottom layer which has some shapes on it. There's the middle layer which has some shapes on it. And the top layer, and this one's actually divided in the middle. It doesn't look like it goes all the way down. It looks like something's right there. And then the space between. So this is kind of what this looks like right here. And so I'll try to take you around it at different angles so we can see this. And I'm not sure if this is 100% correct or not. Once again, it's an interpretation of what I see and what I think these shapes may be. And these are the shapes that I saw in this. And I don't know what this is, what it could be, how big these are, anything. This car looking object does not seem to be angled. What's going on? I'm pressing the right buttons. There we go. It's like at a kind of 45 degree. Let me see if I can get this from the top. Okay. So it's kind of like a 45 degree angle towards this thing. It's not parallel with it. It's not perpendicular to it. It's like 45 degrees. It was the only way I could get it to fit in the image. So, and I just realized I forgot to put the slot in here. There should actually be a slot. If you look at the image, it looks like, yeah, there's a slot right there. I forgot to put that in. All that modeling, I didn't do that. All right, so there we go. There's that. And I'm going to put this back. And then let's go. Okay, let's look at this toilet seat looking thing. This toilet bowl. I don't know. I'm going to go back. Is it this one? No, this one. Is that it? Yeah, this one. I'm just going to go back for a moment here. I just want you to see this thing, that it is there. And there's some items right here in front of it. Can you see where my... No, that's too far over. My big old head is blocking it. There we go. So here it is right here. And there's something in front of it right here. And then actually over on the edge. This is debris here. These are not rocks. The shapes of these do not look like rocks. And I'm sure Chris Maroney from Mars Anomalies and Beyond will tell you these are rocks. Dave Gannett would tell you these are non-fractal. I can't see rocks in here. There are some rocks, but these shapes are not rocks. A hollow circle that, it's more of a slight oval, actually, when we modeled it and tried to fit it on there. It needed to be at the right angle. It needed to be a slight oval. So, and then you have this half circle, or actually about 1/3 to 1/4 of a circle. These, whatever these things are arranged in a circle. Okay, does that happen by nature? I don't know. So let's go back to our model. It's just so weird looking all the way to the left for the thing. But okay, so that's what this kind of looks like. And I'm going to get in close here and show you the shape of it. And like I say, there are some things here in front of it, but basically this is kind of what this seems to look like. And once again, we're just guessing, and this is an artist concept. Did I shade that smooth? Yeah, I think I did. I should have added a subdivision of probably layer 1 to it. Let me see. I hate to do this right during recording, but yeah, that's smoother. I probably should leave it like that. There we go. So it makes the circle a little smoother. So I added a level 1 subdivision to it. Yeah, smooth it out. Could bevel it too, but a bevel modifier. But yeah, we'll leave it. That looks pretty good. So that's what that thing looks like. What it is, I don't know. What it's designed for? Oh shoot! I just took off the subdivision. Subdivision level 1. Which means I probably need to scale it up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Let's save that because I don't want to redo that. Okay, so you can see this circle of rocks right here. All right, so we looked at that. Here's the other thing I wanted to point out. Okay, my computer is not liking something. Okay, is this piece right here. And we're going to go back. I hate to keep going back, but you can really see it well in this in the image I have. Let's jump back here. Take a look at this thing, and I'm going to move this over because I know my head's in the way. Wait. Did I go on the wrong one? Sorry. Here we go. Okay. That way you can see it. Okay, so right here. All right, this thing, I don't know what it is. It goes almost straight up, and then it's beveled in a little bit, and then it comes down, and then going back from you, it seems to have a slight curve up. It's I don't know what this thing is. Don't know what it's supposed to be, but it's either got an outboard motor on the end or something comes down and sticks out, and I will show you that back over here in the model. But there's a hole right here. I don't know what that's about. If it's a boat, it's not going to hold water very well if that actually is a hole, or it's just painted like that. I don't know. I don't think it's a rock though. It's too symmetrical. So let's take a look back in our Blender model. And y'all are going to get dizzy going back and forth, I know, but okay. So here's the object here, and here's our model of what we could see. And it seems to have something right here that sticks down and out. And it seems to be, may not be, but seems to be hollow on the inside. Could just be painted that way. I don't know. But there you go. That is that. I don't know what it is. Don't know what any of this is. It could all just be some weird shaped rocks, weird erosion. And believe me, there's a lot more stuff just in this area. You're not going to really be able to see it here, but this looks like two identical pieces sticking up that may be joined. And they're right here. Let me see. Can I get these high enough for you to see? All right, they're right here. I don't know what that is, but anyway, that was just to show you. I'm working on that one, but there's another one, and I can't remember the saw offhand right now, but this was cool. I think this was found, I think the first person I ever saw post anything on this might have been Yuri Kono. I don't know. I was going to model this structure in the back, but I didn't. Oh, shoot, you're not going to see it. But there's a structure in the back that I was going to model some of the background stuff. There's just not enough detail to really see exactly what's going on back there. But all right, you guys enjoy your evening, and we shall see you on the next video. Take care of yourselves.